This is Kim Nelson with the Jewelry Design Department at Fashion Institute of Technology. Another tutorial for basic rhino modeling. This is our pendant project. Continuing on, we have our offset for the basic design, showing where our pipes will be. Would be good for me to double check and see what that is in this particular example. I can just offset to where it was, undo, and then hit offset again. It'll show me 0.8. So it's a 0.8 radius pipe. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move. I can either move it out completely. I'll just move it. Yeah. Move it off here to the side. Oh, I can't. That's right. Copy and paste it. Move it off to the side. That way the history doesn't move along with it. Okay. And now I'm going to copy, change the color of this so I can turn that off. I'm going to copy inside of Rhino to reattach history going the other direction, going back from here into the middle. And I used grid snap to move it, so it's easy to use grid snap to move it back. Going to apply history once more to pipe. And the radius is 0.8 on both ends. Enter. Okay. I am going to take a minute because some of you do have pipes of varying thickness in your designs, even though I told you not to. For those of you who have that, it works like this. Pipe. It gives you a chance for your starting radius, which in my case is 0.8. But at the other end, I can either type in a dimension, or I can just set it by eye. And then Rhino asks for my point for another radius. Say I wanted to make it fat here. Rhino asks for a point for another radius. I want to make it thin there. Okay? And you can see how you can use a pipe to create a pretty interesting thing. Alright? But that makes everything more complicated for weaving and intersecting, which is why for this assignment I specified static. So back to static, 0.8. Hit enter to accept 0.8 again. If you don't pick an end radius and just hit enter, it'll give you the same radius that you had at the beginning. And if you don't have any further radiuses, press enter for none. I didn't have history turned on though, and that's important. Okay. Now I'm going to record history and polar array my pipe. And I'm going to take this pipe and change its layer. And turn it off. And you'll see why in a minute. Now I'm going to check my points on this. That's actually pretty good. I'm not sure what I had that set to, but I like it. It'll work nicely for this. If it hadn't, I would have rebuilt it. I can actually check and see what it is. It is currently 18.4. Leave it as it is. I'm going to turn on my points. I'm going to activate a vertical C-plane, either front or right, so I can move things up and down easily. Okay. I'm going to reference over here where this curve is going over and under. Alright. And I'm going to move it accordingly. I want it to start high and end, let's see, start high, go under, over, under, over, under, double check, under, over, under, over. Okay. So my over positions are here and here. I can actually turn on the points since it's identical, and I can actually see where those points are at. I want this point through this point, okay, which is these three, and I would like these three. These are my high points. Okay. Last week in class, I moved these up equal to the radius to guarantee that I cleared the wire below. Since this is all in one wire, and even if it wasn't, there is another way I can go, and I'm going to demonstrate that here. I'm going to move half the diameter, or the radius, the full radius. So I'm going to constrain my movement to the same 0.8. Actually, 0.4, half of the radius. Okay. And that should have updated. And it didn't. Alright, that is not good news. So for all of my talk, somewhere, I lost history. Record history. Transform. Copy within Rhino. Grid snap to locate it carefully. Record history for the pipe. Make sure history is connected. Yes. Record history once more. Array polar. Change the color of the main pipe and turn it off. Bring my pipe, bring these back on, turn back on the points. Okay. And that may be the problem actually. Let's see. Nope, it works. Alright, good. I just had messed up my history. So I want these three, and I want these three to move up 0.4. Okay? And I want the ones where it goes under okay, hang on a minute, that won't work. That's why I have it here so I can see. Actually, this is going under right here, not over. This is the same piece, okay, as this. So this goes over under and over. So it's the ends that are up, the middle that is down. Okay. Deselect that and pick these points instead. See if that makes more sense. And yes, it's up here and it's up here. It's doing what I want it to do. If I turn back on the orange, you'll see that it's doing what I expect it to do as well. So now where it's under, namely this area right here. Sorry. I will move these down 4/10. And between moving those down and moving the others up, I achieve the same thing as just moving one piece up. Okay? It essentially gives me a total of 8/10 of a millimeter. And now I can look and see how I think my interweaving is looking. I need to come up a little more on the back side here. I need to bring this point up to 4/10 of a millimeter as well. See how that brought that up? And this point, which is what is coming right under here, needs to come down 4/10. Okay. Going to go ahead and move this up 4/10 as well. Going to bring this down. And I'm tweaking it until I get what I want. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to smooth out. Okay? Because it can't all be either down 4/10 or up 4/10. Bring that down a little. I'm going to bring this up just a touch. Up just a touch. Down just a little. When I don't have my grid behind me anymore to see, I'll actually change my C-plane. Now I'm over into the right C-plane. I always like to see a grid behind where I'm working. It's important that I move straight up and down. I hold Shift key every time. Otherwise, if I don't, I will change the outline of my curve. And it looks like, yeah, see that right there? I did that. I didn't hold my Shift key, and it moved in an untrue direction. They have to move straight up and down. As long as they're moving straight up and down, the top view will stay the same. Okay, this looks good, this looks good. Change C-planes so it's behind me again. It's either front or right. There. That's pretty smooth. That looks nice. Okay. Bring this back. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in my stone. Okay. I want this to be an 8mm, so that will be 8/10. I mean 80%. So scale 0, 8, enter. Okay. Fine, I have that in here. I'm going to go ahead and extrude my frame. Extrude straight. Solid, yes. Both sides, yes. And I want it about 2.5 millimeters, so 1.25 on each side. 1.25 right there. Typed it in. Hit enter. Dark blue is a little hard to see. Trade it for white. Okay, that's accommodating my wires fine. I'm going to extrude my bezel the same. Solid, yes. I don't have to even type in a number. Rhino remembers the last one. I just hit enter. Okay. I'm going to move my stone. Take a look at it. Maybe move it to there. Okay. I'm going to need to scale both of these a little bit till the point of my stone is no longer a problem. So, non-uniform scale. 0. I only want to change the Z up and down direction, so that'll be 1, enter. That'll be 1, enter, and this is the one I'll change. Click, pull for a second distance. Might be worth going into an orthographic view. Click. Okay. So now my culet's contained. Okay. This needs to come up more, so I will non-uniform scale it, but this time I'll do it from its own quadrant, not from the middle of the world anymore, but from the base of the setting. Once again, I only want to scale it upward, so. And orthographic view might be helpful. I barely want to see the top of my table. Barely. I'm changing view by doing Control Tab, 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 while just holding down the Control button. Okay, I like that. My wires feel kind of buried down inside. So I think I'll non-uniform scale this the other way. Grab a hold of its bottom as well. Nothing. Nothing. And then in the Z, pull it down. Because I don't mind if the stone sits up a bit. Take a look, see that my wires still have plenty of meat to go into. That's a good start. I may have to change things, but that's a good start. Turn off my... This happens to be on the same color as my drawing, so I'll change that. Turn off my drawing. Go ahead and let this be the same color as the rest of the wires. And this is as far as I expected you to go. One more thing we can do is we can fillet the edge of this wire. Solid menu, fillet edge, fillet edge. The base is set to 1 usually. I'm going to set mine at 0.4 for starters, because I don't think you can't fillet both sides more than the overall width. So you can't fillet both sides more than half the width. I figure this is at least 8/10. This will fillet 1/4 of a millimeter on both sides. And it just rounds it off quite nicely. And that's actually just about right. For my bezel, I only round off the outside edge. 4/10 should work nice there as well. And that's it. That's what I expect for you to have in your folder for next week. Thanks for watching.